And that to me just takes away from the context.
Yo,
of
you
it.
fucking up, son.
Yeah, like what are you saying? Yo, you need like 5 chips right now. Like,
Fucking up right now.
get the chip.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
What up, what up, what up?
Yeah.
It's the Roundtable, hip-hop Roundtable, right? I stand corrected.
How
you gonna forget your...
I stand
No,
corrected.
yeah, that's the best way. This is the hip hop roundtable. What up, Phoenix?
What's up? C's?
What's going on, dog?
Everything good?
Good, vibing.
We
I love
here,
how we passed that love. Like, you know, it was like tag you're it.
right? We here, man. Episode what?
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
Dos.
Motherfucking 2. Everybody
okay,
good?
Say it with your chest.
You know what I mean?
Motherfucking.
Say it like you
Right
mean it.
now.
Say it like you mean it. What's up? Everybody good? Frankie, how's everything going?
I'm rocking, you know, vibing. Shout out to Dancers Element Studio. You already know every single Monday you could catch me there. Want to give a big shout out to Big Radio. Now I'm saying catch a girl every Saturday 6 to 9 on Big Radio Online.
C's, how's the strip club life?
Good,
Oh,
man.
my God.
Actually, I haven't been in the streets over the past week because I've been on tour.
Oh, how's the tour life?
I just came back. It
Mm,
was fun, man. It was a short tour. It was a lot of fun. Spent a couple of days in New York. Actually had a day off in New York.
okay,
So went around Times Square and shit like that.
facts.
It was vibing.
How many cities?
We did 4. We did Tampa, Charlotte, D.C. for 2 days, and New York City for 3 days.
Facts. Okay,
That shit was fun, man.
that's what's up,
It's
man.
always fun.
Always
traveling and
fun.
shit like that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's hot now, so it ain't really cold.
It's that season though.
It's
Like
hot
you
out.
got to get around.
Wait,
you know?
but
I would say this
New York
hot now,
had a
it's
little
not
bit of
really
a
cold.
cold temperature at night, but other than that,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Good. It was good.
I mean, I was recently like up not too north of me. I was in Arcadia for a show, and it wasn't like cold, but it was just like the
Well,
transition of,
it felt good. It's not like
you
Miami
know,
where it's, like
it's just
80, 90
yeah.
degrees
Like
at
in
night.
Miami,
At
it's
night.
It was
hot,
like
At
67.
fucking
I was
11
like,
o'clock at
alright,
night.
but in other places it'd be like okay.
But you know what else was hot? The BET Awards.
Ooh,
Yes.
You know what I'm
blazing.
saying? This past weekend, it actually aired on BET. I know a lot of people actually talking about it, performances, some of the people that won the awards. What were your guys' overall opinion on this? I know you were on tour, so you had to catch what you were able to catch.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it.
You know, I'll, you know, basically give my full kind of basis of it. I think the main thing for me that stands out about the BET Awards is the fact that people are saying that it's the best show in a long time.
I think it's the best show ever. I think production-wise, I don't know what they did. I don't know who they had backing
This year,
them.
this shit was.
Facts.
But what is it that, you know, like there's so many different elements and I know we're going to break it down, but what is it about creating something that will make everybody have the same opinion? Everybody has been saying
I
that.
think they had a higher budget. Facts, nigga.
That'd be a lot of
I
it,
think
right?
somebody threw the bag at them because they never had that type of stage. They never had that type of
I mean,
production.
they've gotten bigger every year, so
And there
It
was a
just
couple of
makes
there was a
sense.
couple of setbacks.
there was a couple.
Well, no,
setbacks.
they also separated, right? They have the Hip Hop Awards, which is a little smaller.
right,
So
for
now
sure.
they can
BET
invest
Awards.
more
For
into
sure.
yeah.
Exactly,
I,
for sure.
I would feel that's probably why too. They kind of removed some of that. They kind of had a purpose, you know. Cardi and Offset opened the show, and I think personally, and I don't know that the production necessarily did this on purpose, but my whole take of that is because we always talk about black issues and we try to rise and, you know, uplift the black culture. I think they opened the show with a husband and wife on purpose to kind of showcase that, you know, because what were the chances that it was their act that opened the show? And I thought it was dope, but what other factors could be, you know, behind that
They're
type
some
of reason?
the hottest
I
artists
don't.
right
I
now,
think. I
so-
think you're looking too deep in
Yeah.
that shit.
But I
Stay off the weed.
think that some of those things
He's the
go
hottest
into play,
female
though.
artist, and it just makes sense. All right, we're gonna do Cardi B.
that
do,
type of energy.
You know what I mean? Offset too.
I mean, I guess. I mean, for sure, I do think so. But there could have been so many ways creatively to open it, and I think that because they played on that, you know, I don't know. That's just for me. Like,
know.
I think that's it's like a hidden agenda that they don't talk about. It has to be.
I think there's some of the hottest artists right now.
Nah,
so.
I think yeah.
I'm
for
not
sure.
It makes
negating
sense
that
to
though.
get
I'm not
shit
negating.
out.
I think it's
And
more
the
than
fact
that.
they're together, it's like, all right, it makes sense.
Exactly. They're
Put
not
them
just together.
because
They're like their
they'll get
husband
their
and
show.
wife. Like, why
Right.
them and not Jay-Z and Beyonce?
But one thing I
Cardi B and him are hot right now.
relevant.
They're the
They're
now.
relevant. They're
Yeah.
now.
Definitely. One thing I think BET did do a good job of is putting plus size women on the platform, right? With the performance of who?
Do you really feel that way?
Nah, for sure. I think it's great.
What was your reaction though when you saw it? Like she was in a cake
she
shape.
You back and I'm in it. I don't play tag, bitch, I've been it. 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 We just keep it pushing like, aye.
Everybody's first reaction was, why is she like a cake? Like why was
I
she
trying
on?
to figure out what the cake was. What was the name of her song?
Cake.
I don't really,
Isn't it Booty,
I don't really
shit
know
like
her that well, but so I don't really know the song name. But I did hear about her because I remember being on tour and one of the engineers at one of the studios
Right.
working. I was like, oh yeah, Lizzo came around, and that's
Yeah.
when I started hearing about it. And I was like,
I
what?
seen the video. You
I
was
think
dancing
that's
to it.
also subliminal. I think the subs matter. You know, I think because
She buzzing
cake
right
is, huh?
Is she?
She got a little buzz right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she
Why
is. She
am I
popping
popping?
right now, and she's doing it for the plus. You know what I'm saying? But the cake reference,
You're part of
that
that.
is not accidental.
Yeah, but isn't cake ass? Like,
But it's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? Like, not only is she on top of the cake, I look
I
at
think
set.
we have
I look
Deep
at
Frankie
set.
this episode.
No, I look at set and
Trying to
production.
we got Deep Frankie this
Set and
episode.
production, I think, goes far more beyond just the music and the surface.
And you can't stay off the
I
weed.
think that added to the whole show is Regina Hall. I think she did a great job being a host.
Did you actually watch her
Yeah.
host though? See, I didn't get to see that, so
I
in
saw
the clips,
snippets.
I
You
didn't
saw
really.
snippets?
But I think that's dope that they use actresses and actors still, you know, because I think that's the one component of the BET
And I think
Awards.
Regina Hall
we
has
leave out.
a show coming out on BET.
Do you
BET
think that's
is
why?
Because who won the Iconic
They
Award?
Tyler Perry.
And Tyler Perry has what?
And what
A
did he say?
series of shows
And during-
coming out.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
dog.
during
BET
his
is
speech,
smart.
he announced it.
But you
Yo.
see how y'all got the subliminals too?
He did have a
That's
powerful
deep.
speech, though.
That's not deep. He said it like.
It
he
is.
said it on
That's
TV.
industry deep. I'm
said
just
it
looking
on
at
TV.
subliminal deep. You guys
Yeah.
have industry deep.
So
It's
you're
just two different
you're
types
looking at
of
what
deep.
she's doing. He actually said it.
Nah,
Hey,
facts.
I got a show coming up on BET.
He was like, yo,
thank
I'm
you.
happy
Yeah,
to
but that
join the
doesn't mean
BET
that's
family.
why he got it. He still made strides. You're saying so we're gonna
No,
ignore the
no.
strides.
No,
We're not
he
gonna
was
try.
he was definitely in
Oh,
the
okay.
category, but
Okay.
having a show might have pushed him from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he
I
did.
don't
I
know.
liked his
2 to 1.
speech. He had a fucking
He
powerful
had a really
speech.
powerful speech.
I liked it.
The studio was once a Confederate Army base, and I want you to hear this, which meant that there was Confederate soldiers on that base plotting and planning on how to keep 3.9 million Negroes enslaved. Now that land is owned by one Negro.
And obviously, you know, this show was taking place in LA, and in place of that, you know, we had the whole blue carpet concept that wasn't the red
Facts.
carpet concept, and that was
a
for
great
Nipsey.
twist. Great twist.
We working, dap it up, yeah. But yeah, Nipsey Blues, you know, blue carpet. What do you guys think about that?
I think that was a great way to honor him. You know,
Absolutely.
for sure.
I don't think the tribute was that good, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think the tribute needed work. It didn't look rehearsed.
All right.
You think for the other artists?
But all right.
What
Why
part?
do you?
'Cause
Nipsey's tribute, it didn't look rehearsed.
I think Khaled's part and
Yeah, Khaled's
John
part
Legend
was-
part was fire, and I think the shorty that sang was fire. Why do you say that?
It just
I
everyone looked unprepared.
No, the only people
even
that I
Khaled
think
and John Legend?
the only people I think that look unprepared was Nipsey's homeboys.
If
but they're
I-
not artists, so they don't know how to handle themselves
Yeah.
on stage. that
Totally
went on
agree.
YG.
I
Yeah,
think that was just
yeah,
a.
they don't know. Yeah,
it was
Yeah,
a
but they're not
disservice.
artists.
they're not
though.
used to that. Yeah.
It
Right.
was like a disservice.
So
to
do you
his
feel
legacy.
that they should have had somebody else represent him?
I do. I think that there was
But
just
who?
elements of
If you
different
get somebody,
things.
you got to get somebody from the West Coast.
But not only that, but you could get somebody like All Money J. He's actually an artist that just dropped from Nipsey's album, from Nipsey's All Money In.
That would have
record
been a
label.
great come
You
up.
could have had him because he's used to having that stage presence.
I agree with that, but I just think it was
True, but
different
then-
elements that looked underrated. Like I
think
didn't
the
like
Khaled
John.
shit was fire.
I didn't
The
like
Khaled
John
shit was
Lennon. John Lennon. I always say that. John
Lennon,
Legend.
man.
Excuse me.
John
I didn't
Legend
like
did
John
his
Legend in the hoodie. I thought it looked too
But that's-
casual. I'm just giving my
that's
opinion on the
wardrobe.
details. But that matters. I just
That's
think it
part
was
of the
too
performance, I
casual.
guess.
I think I think Khaled. I think he was too hype for me personally. I think that was.
But that's
It should have been
Khaled.
more hype.
How else would Khaled be?
Yeah, but this is
If
a
he
heartfelt moment.
But
It
even
wasn't.
even in the video, he was like that. He was really hype.
I don't know.
No, but
I
Khaled
just- I
looked
didn't like
crazy.
it.
Khaled looked crazy.
Okay, see, so we get to the truth.
He looked crazy.
We
He
get to
always
the
looks
truth.
crazy.
Yeah, so all right, so I'm speaking on it. He looked crazy, and I don't think that he looked good doing all that he was doing.
All right.
But I do know that that's his style.
Nah, for sure.
I think there's moments you have to tone it down.
For sure. But all around, I think, just because of the fact they were honoring Nipsey, I think
It just didn't look organized, down to the speeches. You know, like if you're gonna honor someone's life, do it the fucking right way.
What about the Mary J. Blige Icon Award?
That was
I
dope.
didn't see that.
No.
That was dope.
She actually performed. She ran through all of her
How was
classic
the
hits.
performance?
She had different types. I mean, some I think again, like I just
Yeah,
didn't
I don't
think
even-
she
you don't even
brought.
sound like you liked the performance.
I didn't like
Like, you're
all
like-
of them.
Hey, when they gotta be
it
like,
was
"Yeah, I don't
multiple. No, it was multiple performances.
she has
Some
it.
were
But then
dope and
If
amazing.
multiple performances weren't dope.
It's not
so
that
the
it
show
was
wasn't
most.
good?
It was
BET
just
Awards
some
wasn't good?
could have been better, and
No.
I do think that because she's not constantly
She's just
on
talking about the Mary
stage.
J. Blige performance.
Yeah, just Mary J.
Oh, okay.
The fact that she's not constantly on a stage, constantly putting on a show, like at least I don't know these things. Like I think that could play a fact in why maybe her performances weren't so powerful.
Older.
That too, but that shouldn't matter. You still have people that are old still doing it. You know what I mean?
But, you know, I
it's
think-
the fact that the energy just wasn't there for me.
Even though she's older, I think that still came with lack of preparation.
Absolutely.
She must have practiced and noticed that, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have the win. Maybe I have to adapt my performances
Yeah.
a different way. She can't step out like she's fucking 25 years old.
Right, like
can't-
she
she can't do the
just
same
lost
shit.
her breath a few times. But you know,
gonna
overall,
happen.
Even Lil Kim
She
did
don't
the same
perform,
thing,
she
though.
might-
under rehearsed. That's my whole purpose.
Nah, for sure.
It just look under City
For sure.
Girls. You know how was that?
Yeah.
Phoenix
I didn't-
had
Right. Nah, definitely.
I think she was more nervous. I don't think she's ever been on a stage that big where she's on TV. I think that kind of.
Oh.
Who are we talking about right now? City Girls. Okay.
City
Yeah.
Girls.
I thought we
Young
were still
Miami.
talking about Mary J. Blige. I'm like,
No.
stage big enough? Were we talking about the same one?
And she
You
pregnant.
see his face? He's like,
And she
"Whoa,
pregnant.
wait a minute, guy."
So she
JT,
probably had
nah,
to
for
tone it
sure.
down. But
Nah,
yeah,
I don't think so.
She didn't look right. She didn't look right.
Nah, she didn't look comfortable.
She looked
I wasn't-
very
I wasn't
uncomfortable
impressed.
and unnatural.
Yeah.
I don't. And you
That
know
wasn't
what?
a
That
good
makes
look.
me sad for Miami.
She looked uncomfortable and was kind of uncomfortable me watching it. Right? Like it was kind of.
Like you could tell inside she wanted to like turn into a ratchet chick. She wanted to start breaking it down and dancing, but she's like, I can't.
Nah, facts.
And then you know
Usually
she just
lets
came out
loose
that
on stage.
pregnancy.
Usually she starts dancing. She starts acting
Yeah.
loose. You know, she like barely moved.
Well, she just dropped the news about being pregnant. You know,
Yeah.
so I think if you're going to do a performance while you're being pregnant, you have to know exactly what you're gonna go out there and do.
Hold on. Didn't Cardi kill it though?
No, but she did it
Cardi
in her
killed it.
way.
Cardi
No-
killed it
nobody-
in her fucking
In
Cardi
Coachella?
got-
Yeah, but
Cardi
she
When she was
performed in
pregnant.
her way. Not everybody performs like that. She performed
She
in
need-
her
well,
way.
that's
a lot of people did not.
JT's on that same vibe with that
no,
twerk video
not
and shit.
necessarily.
She's
That
on
don't
that
mean she
twerk
gotta
shit,
be like that
ratchet
when
twerk
she.
shit.
But she already
She
has
shoulda
a
did
She
that.
child.
does it every time.
Yeah, but she already has a child.
She should have watched Cardi's
JT already got a
performance.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has a
yeah.
child already.
Not
Facts.
JT. Young
I mean,
Miami.
Young Miami, yeah.
She already has a child, and we don't. Whatever her mannerisms were with that first child are going to redevelop in her. It's third, fourth, fifth. Like it's not going to change just because you're a star now. You know, it just doesn't happen that way. But what I'm saying is, because you're now in new circumstances of life, you need to prepare for that type of shit. And I agree, she could have taken a page from Cardi's book, but that's Cardi's style. That's what she does.
How did
like
she get nervous
how
going on
she
that
got
big
down
stage?
there, all that open legs and stuff. Not everybody does that.
But that's why I
That's
think
her style.
But wasn't that the reason why the City Girls remix with Cardi B was so perfect because they were from the same world?
Well, not the same world. They just got a similar vibe.
So they have a similar vibe. So you telling me that because they have a similar vibe, Young Miami couldn't capture that similar vibe? and
No,
perform
because
better?
they're not the same person. You got
But
a
they
similar
have a
vibe in
similar
She
music.
could have
vibe,
performed
though.
better. She could have performed better.
She
For
could have
sure.
performed better, but I'm just not saying she could have done what Cardi B did at Coachella. That
She's
was
agreeing
Cardi
with you, but
B's
she's like,
version.
Fuck you, Phoenix.
That was Cardi B's version of performing pregnant. Not all pregnant women
All right.
will
Yeah,
do
we're talking
that.
about Coachella where shit gets crazy.
Yeah, that too.
Being on live TV.
Talk to your boy. He bringing that as a comparison.
That's
That
live
is a
TV.
comparison. That is a comparison.
TV where you can't be
This nigga
so
be
ratchet.
jumping
at
That's
the
a
same
great
time, 'cause
point.
When you go so ratchet,
But that's
you're
why
gonna
too.
use
Those
other bullshit.
on your
Jumping
point,
ship.
it kind of cancels out the whole
I'm just-
big
Nah,
stage.
you're right.
Both sides.
You're right.
Coachella's a huge
You're right.
stage, and she didn't have that experience.
For sure, and plus it's the vibe, right? The energy coming from a festival compared
Yeah.
to awards.
Yeah.
Now talking about Cardi B had a busy week. a busy month, right? She did win the BET Female Artist Award, or was it the Artist?
She
Period?
got the Album of the Year and Female Artist.
So from BET, and now ASCAP. ASCAP gave her the female. She was songwriter of the year. She was actually the first female rapper to ever be named the songwriter of the year. What do you guys think about that? I want to go around your table. I want to go around this table. I'm gonna get your perspective.
Let's go around your table real quick.
Right? This is about y'all.
Click the bottom button right there. Where
I want
says,
you guys go around your table, get the discussions, write it in the comments section while we go around our table. Yeah, you didn't think I was gonna flip that? Fuck you. Go ahead.
Send it to our DMs. Send it to our DMs and Twitters.
Nah, I always go first. Let me hear Seizure, because I definitely got my own feedback for this.
Seize, go ahead.
I'm a Cardi fan, so I gotta.
When I first heard it, I was like, Scooby-Doo, huh? She really, how did she?
So corny, I love it. What's the chips? The cheese. Like I was like Scooby-Doo, huh?
Oh, is that the first chip?
Yeah, that was the first chip.
That's the first chip.
Go, I'm with it.
We bringing it back, guys. We're
That's
bringing
the
it back.
first chip.
Nah, you fucked up. You ain't got the chips out here.
Nah, you're right.
You already fucked up.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh? How did I just don't get how did she get writer of the year when she really doesn't write her stuff? She's been known not to write her stuff.
She's open.
You hear other influences, so it's like.
So are you?
Is her team getting it?
Are you gonna? What is your perspective on that?
Hell no. I don't care how much of a fan you are. You got to be realistic with the people you support. I don't support this decision. I think ASCAP is dick riding. I think because she is in a...
Is it the politics or is there money behind it?
I think it's just absurd to answer... Y'all giving me y'all shooting me right now, but to answer your bullets before your bullets to your bullets, I don't agree with it on the simple basis that she is known and has advertised and has been open and has been adamant about sharing the fact that she does not write most of her music. Now, so the fact that something like So This Big would be given to someone like that, I don't feel like it makes ASCAP credible. You know what I'm saying? I feel like ASCAP is dick riding because she's that bitch right now. She popping. She's on top of the charts.
So let's get some clarity on this award. Go. ASCAP Songwriter of the Year. Like you guys were saying that she shouldn't get this because she was open to saying, yo, I don't really write all my songs. The honor recognizes a songwriter who has written or co-written the greatest number of most performed songs of the year.
That's crazy. They should switch the name.
But songwriter.
Nah, that's too vague.
I would give it to somebody who's actually a songwriter. That's.
So you're telling me that a co-writer in a song is not considered a songwriter?
But how much is co-written?
And Cardi B has said that she writes her song, but she gets help from hooks.
Yeah.
Hooks. So if you get help from hooks, but you're writing your verses, like you can't get a ASCAP Songwriter of the Year? To its genuine form, I wouldn't give it to her because she doesn't write the.
To me, yeah, exactly. To me,
that's like
Well, I will go based off of the simple, if you actually look at the physical award, they wrote the names of the tracks on them, and I think that's actually the most ironic part because it was at least two of the tracks at the top of my head, Be Careful and Bodak Yellow. She put out the actual, writers for that, and one of them was Partisan Fontaine, who ended up doing a track with her.
Who was the other writer on that?
With Bodak Yellow, I don't remember exactly the entire writing team, but it wasn't. Cardi B was at the very bottom of that. Same thing with Be Careful. But my thing is, she heard this song. She said it in an interview that she heard the song being played by Partisan Fontaine, a song he wrote, Be Careful, and she's like, yo, I want that. So that right there is like the physical award you wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I mean? Like, you're giving this person Songwriter of the Year, but you wrote this name of this.
I think there could have been another person who could have been Songwriter of the Year.
You didn't even wite that track.
But then again, who could have won Songwriter of the Year? That you
so many people write their songs.
Who would you have gone for?
I mean, who were the nominees? I didn't even know ASCAP had an awards. Let's do that. Did y'all know? Yeah. I didn't know. You knew that?
Nah, for sure. ASCAP.
Yeah, I didn't. But where do they put that? Like, I know because Cardi made headlines.
Yeah, but ASCAP is kind of a big deal in the artist world.
In the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but I'd never heard
ASCAP,
of the awards.
CSAC.
Never heard of awards for that. Nobody talks about that. Like, I never hear
All right, so let me ask you a question. Would you guys have the same energy if Drake won the ASCAP Songwriter of the Year? Should I just
Yeah.
hold on? Would you?
Yeah.
You would have the same energy? I don't think so.
Even though he has way more records.
Wait, hold on. So now we're justifying this off bigger records or his involvement in making those records?
No, I'm saying I would make
Phoenix
such a big
the
deal the
instigator.
same that I was saying about Cardi B. He shouldn't have won it.
Because it's not 100% him.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people, a lot of other artists that can get it.
So Kanye
But now
West.
the-
What
Why?
about
Yeah.
Kanye?
Like, why is Kanye never been? Has he ever been on that list?
Nah, I
Has
don't
Nicki
think
ever
so.
been on that list?
Like Cardi B is the first female to ever win it. So
That's kind of crazy,
So
though.
Nicki
That's
didn't win it.
crazy. Like, what about how far back are we going? Kim,
Lauryn Hill.
like
Don't
the Brat.
don't say Lil Kim because she didn't write her lyrics either.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there was some. If
Yeah.
we're
Then-
going based off of
then
what
if you go with
ratio.
Cardi B,
Cardi B
with
was
Cardi
some
B,
too.
Cardi
But
B.
I just gave the examples that the songs that
Cardi
they wrote
B.
on the
It
goes
award.
some, so why should
Nah,
Lil'
but
Kim get
the
it?
majority of the ones on that named on the award were not written by her.
Little Kim, I think Little Kim, after Biggie obviously wrote all her songs after that, she definitely got songwriters. Foxy Brown,
She's not gonna all of a sudden.
Jay-Z wrote like maybe one of them, one song, but the rest of them.
She was pretty authentic, but
Yeah,
again,
Lauryn Hill.
the Brat,
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Missy
Queen
Elliott,
Latifah.
Latifah. Come on,
Damn, I
son.
be
Like,
forgetting she raps.
So for Cardi B to be the first female, like, does that lose a little integrity
I mean,
into the
You gotta
award
understand, hip hop is on a
or
different level.
credibility?
The hip hop music industry is on a different level than the one that's back
Is it
then.
more respected?
Now hip hop has become more pop.
I think that Grammy
So the
gave her
ASCAP,
leverage.
The VMAs, the Billboards, all these award shows have accepted hip hop more now because it's on a different. It's on a hip hop. It's on a pop level. Hip hop back in the '90s,
It's a great
Which
point.
is known as a fad.
it was like that
Yo,
was the bad music.
Yo, season two, Seizure. I don't know what the fuck happened since you've been going on these tours.
Eye
No,
openers,
son.
eye openers all day.
This nigga's on
But
point.
I do
You know
think that
what?
Grammy.
You need to take Banks with you.
I think that Grammy might have given her some leverage, though. You know what I mean? I think like when you're that new and you make strides and have success that high, like a Grammy is what a lot of people live to work for. You know what I'm saying? Like you live to get nominated, let alone win. And she won so soon in her career, and she performed even before she won an award. You know, because the year she performed, she actually didn't win anything, and it just goes to show you perseverance. And I think that because she has that Grammy, now everybody's on like
But
the
you know
Cardi
what?
B wave.
I
They've
think-
been on the wave, but now they're really on the wave.
Listening to what you just said, that her story, her perseverance, I think that's why Cardi B wins some of these awards,
And her
people
personality, too.
want to see her win. Like everybody's engulfed in the Cardi B story, so that might
I think
might
her
be
personality
blinded
has
from the
really
other
something
flaws.
to do really big with her because
For sure.
she's out there on IG all the time doing the social media shit, just like Cardi. Cardi got big off the Snapchat shit. So you see
Right.
her doing all that shit, people are falling more in love with her. People are fucking.
I just
with
think
her
it's a
more.
different time. Like it's not your
social-
music, it's not your lyrics no
Yeah,
more. Like
they
you
fall in
gotta
love
be a
with you.
full package. It's a full brand.
Because of social media, that accessibility.
You as
Is
an
that
artist,
a good or a bad thing?
But
People
no,
are
I
not
mean people
following
still
you
love
from what
Riri
you
and Rihanna, and she's not on social media like that.
Yeah,
so how
but you're
does
not hearing her name as much as Cardi B right now.
Are you crazy? Of course
You
you
hear a
still
lot.
do. Yeah.
now because
Oh,
she had the,
but-
Her name will never
But
die.
Rihanna
Her
popped
pop-up show, yeah.
before social media was kind of crazy.
Exactly. But the fact that she's still buzzing post social media negates
All
that
right.
fact.
I'm not comparing the two talents, but I'm just talking about time frames.
That's what I'm
Jenner,
trying to say.
Kylie Jenner, when she popped off in the social media era, so she has to have a social media presence.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna didn't pop off. She had a fan base that was created before social media.
Right.
So even if she's not out there on social media, she's still gonna have that fan base.
Right, but because we're still in that time where social media is popping, what my point to Seizure was, you don't necessarily have to be popping on social media to continue to be
Right.
relevant.
But if you were popping before social media, but if you're
they
popping
would
in
not-
social media because of social media, you can't lose social media.
well, yeah, because then that would be not being consistent.
Right.
That's just like any other
but
type
Rihanna's
of
already
Rihanna-
popping, so whatever Rihanna does,
already
is gonna
had
get
that
popped.
pre-social media.
But then again, Rihanna, when she does something, it pops out. Like her pop-up show.
The fact
went
that she was
viral on
at the
social
BT
media.
Awards, she's trending.
But you know, she was
Just
she,
because
Rihanna.
she's
she
there.
also
She's
honored
Rihanna.
Mary J.
Right.
Blige though. She was on. She
was the one that presented the
Right,
tribute.
right,
actually.
right.
Yeah.
And she's Rihanna. She's already a big star.
But let's talk about it. Let's talk about the accessibility versus exclusivity. What is it?
Exclusivity.
Yeah. Let's talk about that though.
He tried.
It's a team effort.
I
on
got you in the
Phoenix.
back. I got
It's
you.
a team effort.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Which one is better? Is there one that's better? Or do you want to be accessible to your fans, or do you want to be a mystery to your fans? They might crave you more.
It depends what kind of artist you are.
No, I think nowadays you can have a reserve. You could have one side of you, but you still gotta like talk to the fans. Still gotta engage because nowadays fans they want to talk to you. They want to hit you up on social media. They want to be able.
So
to
you have
some,
to be accessible.
You
can't
have
be
to have
reserved.
some type of accessibility, but you got at the
Something.
same time, you don't have to give every access to them. So some parts of your life that you want to keep back there, you
business.
can.
No, personal
But
shit like that for
Nowadays, you have to be on social media. You got to be on IG Live. You got to be talking to
Right.
your fans. You got to be finding out what
IG
they
stories.
like.
Well,
All
if you
these,
look at a
all
lot
the
of
social
these-
media is engaging into your lifestyle. And what you're
Exactly.
doing. You've seen what artists doing. Everyday life of what they're doing. They might be taking a video of them on IG story with their dog or with their family doing shit. Just people want to know what you're
But
doing.
people don't like that though.
That's what people want to see. That's how
It
they
makes
fall in
it
love
They
feel
with you.
more
connected,
real.
genuine, right?
Right.
And that's how people feel
Like,
nowadays.
oh, she eats Lucky Charms.
Now I
Me
fuck with your
too.
music
Yeah.
even more because I know who you are and I've
Right.
engaged in your lifestyle and I'm seeing what's going on.
And I
Nowadays,
think
you
we
have to
see
be
it.
like that.
I think we see it in the industry. Everybody kind of has done it because even if you take some of these old heads that have, kind of modernized themselves. You have Will Smith, who's heavy on social media now,
He's great,
Instagram.
though. He's great.
He's
good.
great, but again, like one of those people that didn't come
You
or
wouldn't be
start
hearing
Like, does
about
he
Will
have a-
Smith as much.
He
Does
was-
he have like a? Does he have like? Whoa.
Maybe
That's
you
gonna
should
be in
have
the
that your
beginning of the show.
ear.
Does he have like a full on like movie editing fucking team that travels with him? Because he's always putting out these.
He's
I mean, he's
always
got the
doing
bread to be
content.
able to get someone to do it.
Yeah,
Nah,
like-
he does.
Or
son.
look, you even have Jennifer Lopez now. She has like a channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
She has her
But think
J-Lo
about it, if they
channel,
don't
the
have
behind the
this-
scenes. That gives you a more in-depth connection to who J-Lo is.
Shout out all the old heads adapting to the new technology.
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Damn, I need my bones.
They're with the time. They're with the times right now. And I mean, you got to keep up though. You
Banks,
know?
he's slipping. Banks, he's slipping.
I was gonna say something earlier, but we were already rolling.
Rolling.
So as we roll on to the next subject,
I like
2019
Bob,
Double XL freshman cover. I know somebody has a list up, right?
freshman cover, yes.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Turn
Let's,
the
let's
page.
talk that list.
So
All
we
right,
got
so real quick, we're going to, go ahead. Let's go. Let's do this popcorn style.
popcorn style.
So we got Blueface. We have,
Why y'all do a popcorn style?
and I hope I say this right, Comethazine.
We know you don't do
I
certain
said it.
things.
I know I did. Comethazine. So we got Blueface.
Comethazine.
You want air?
Comethazine. I'm saying it right.
Syllables to this nigga.
Come
name.
on. All right, so we got Blueface, Comethazine, Tierra Whack, the baby. Am I saying it wrong? Did I say it wrong?
Comethazine.
Oh, come on. Why you did me like that? Blueface, Comethazine, Tierra Whack.
You still saying it wrong? Nah, all right, keep going. My bad.
You get a chip.
All right,
You get a chip.
You said
Blueface.
Comethazine. I think you get a chip for that.
Comethazine. You know what? That's his own artist's fault. You should change your name. Tierra Whack. The Baby. Little Mosey. Roddy Rich. YBN Cordain. YK Osiris. Rico Nasty. Gunna. And Megan Thee Stallion.
Shout out YK, man, from Duval County. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So-
yes.
Really from Jacksonville?
He's from Jacksonville, Duval right there.
Ooh, shout out to me.
Shout out
You know what
Duval
I'm
and the motherfucker.
We
So
love
let's-
you, Jacksonville.
Let's talk about
Shout
it,
out to
man.
my
We're
little
That's
gonna.
Florida right there, man. We got to represent for the whole state.
There's a lot of people on this. I think there's like 10, 11.
It's 11.
So let's talk about this real quick. Blueface. What do we think about it? Now, wait, hold on. Before let's set the standards of what should be
Blueface,
on the
baby.
freshman list.
Hey, he
Is it
had-
somebody?
Is
Is
it
it
had one of
somebody
the
that has
hottest
a
records
great
out
1
right
year,
now.
or are
Yeah,
you looking at? Yeah,
It's the
right?
freshman of 2019.
But are you looking at his career, or is it just
I'm
looking
looking
at
at
the first year?
2019 because he's 2019.
Yeah.
He popped off in 2019.
What you
He
think
had one
he's
of the
like?
hottest
He should have
records in
been came out
2019.
another
What,
time.
but I'm saying, like, what is the standards of freshman year? Is it freshman cover list? Is it
I mean-
just that fucking 1 year? All you need is 1 year, or is it? Are we looking at the longevity?
I'm
of
looking
this
at it
artist?
as 1 year.
I think it's like
This
they
was
came in
19.
and they're popping up or popping within that year.
So just 1 year. All right,
They might
Blueface
not. They
definitely
might
needs to
not be
on it.
legends forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
They might
Yeah.
not go 10, 12 years from now on. But
I don't think
this
Blueface
year,
will
right
last.
now, those names were buzzing.
Do you think Blueface will last?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Or at least
But right
Me
now,
neither.
right now, his records,
justify him being on
people
the
are
freshman.
fucking with his shit.
He's
For
making
sure.
a,
like his
he
shit.
made a hit with
He made a hit?
Montana apparently. Like
He got no stylist. I mean, no, not no stylist. Slide.
And he has
It's Lil
one with,
TJ and Blueface and French Montana. It's a cool record,
I get,
but-
but see, it's cool. It's
but that's French
it's
Montana's
not like,
record.
oh man, that's a record.
That's
Like,
French Montana's record. That's not Blueface's record. But
I
he's
just don't
on
think
that.
he's gonna last.
What about
He's
the
not
baby?
gonna last, but he got
What about the baby?
the baby got a bunch of hit
He got
records right
bangers.
now. He got bangers. He just filled up the club.
Yeah.
We're more we can say.
But I'm not with all
He
that.
hot right
I'm not
now.
with all that violent shit though.
I think that's what
But
adds
he
to
hot
it.
right now.
Yeah,
think
but
that's
all
what adds
them
to his
riots.
brand.
Who are the biggest names?
Look at
you
his
hear
name.
right now?
His song is Suge Knight, right? Look at that's his persona.
I guess.
But
I mean,
I ain't with it.
he
baby,
fights all the time.
get your lawyers right, man, because they gonna come at you with some
They
lawsuits.
gonna
soon.
6ix9ine you. They gonna 6ix9ine.
Nah.
Nah.
He's
6ix9ine
not.
was faking a lot of shit.
That was the different story.
He on a whole
All
nother
I'm
level.
saying is get your lawyers right, or they're going to 6ix9ine you. I think that is a fact. They gonna come after you. Not anybody's not
I don't see
untouchable.
that.
Why not?
Because he's not
Two different
promoting
stories.
a gang
Way
shit.
two different
Like he's not out here saying Trey
And he's
Wayne
not
blood.
faking
Nah, I'm
shit.
just saying.
This
I
isn't
said
a-
they
He's not
will.
faking shit. He actually
All right,
fucking
maybe
niggas
I
up.
just took that message wrong. All I'm saying is
Yeah.
they gonna 6ix9ine you, like they will come after you. Get your lawyers right, or they will come after
It's
you.
Deep
I was
Frankie
I
night.
was piggybacking
It's
off of
Deep
your
Frankie
sentence.
night.
Which one are we talking? Deep Frankie or not too deep Frankie?
Oh, shut up, because both of y'all shallow. Oh, all right. So,
Really, nigga?
what do y'all think about
You
Lil
said Lil
Mosey?
I don't really listen to him that much.
He's from
Got that
Seattle,
one-
right?
Got that one hit.
He cool.
I just see him more on Instagram. Like,
I didn't even know who he was.
That's the way,
you remember
man.
how people
just
used
know that
to
one
say
song.
these people are bigger than their singles? Because of social
believe
media,
it.
that emphasizes that. I think there's a lot of people that are bigger than their singles, bigger than the music
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, right now it's about following the artist and falling in love with the artist. And I mean, you see a lot of comedians making songs now, but they were Instagram comedians. They got mad followers. Now they're like, check out my new record.
Man, that's what
and they're getting views.
that's
and they're
what-
getting,
A lot
they're
of these
monetizing
Wildin'
off
Out
that.
cast is like
They're
that.
monetizing
social
off
media revived Plies. That whole shit, Pussycat Saturdays, whatever. I love Pussy Saturdays.
Oh, yeah, that.
all the videos he did.
Bro, I be hating when a nigga trying to tell me a hoe ain't shit. Bro, the hoe fuck easy. No, bitch, I fuck easy. Bro, the hoe ain't shit. Bro, I ain't shit. Bro, the hoe done fuck everything. Bitch, I done fucked everything. Nigga,
Carlton, what got him big? When
The
that record got big
running
was
off
that
the
video.
plug shit, yeah, and that revived
And
them a
Cardi
little
B
bit.
even mentioned those lyrics.
Cardi
you know.
B's big on social media. That's why
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
big.
but I'm saying like
That's why she got
had that
on Love and
Plies.
Hip Hop.
Lil
She got
Boosie's
big.
big too, man. So if you could capitalize, if you understand the
Look,
platform
there's
itself,
there's so many ways now to make money and monetize and shit like that. Hey,
What about
if you could do it, I commend you for that.
YK Osiris?
He's a dope artist, man.
I love
I like
him.
his shit.
I love
That
that.
song-
He's
song.
R&B.
He got
that
me.
song's fire.
He got
though.
an
That
It's
song-
such
Hip-hop
a tribute
boys.
to like the 90s. I love it.
But
I remember
I-
when I first
R&B
heard of him,
record.
he had the Valentine's Day song. Now he
You
got
gotta
worth it.
be fine.
But isn't it
So perfect.
that one song justifies him having being on a?
He had
freshman
another
cover?
song before that was on
I
the
agree
radio.
with you.
That was a big
it's
record.
a great song, but does that make him a great
He had a
artist?
Valentine record that was big for Valentine that was hitting the radio like a lot.
What is it called?
It was a Valentine's Day song. I forgot. It's on my mixtape. On my Valentine's Day
Okay,
mixtape.
you got to get that on that DJ.
Actually,
DJ
it
Caesar
got on the
exclusive.
mixtape and then Audio Mac and everybody removed the shit. So hey,
There's
get
a lot
your
of
money,
people.
YK. But damn it, you gotta get my shit out.
Megan Thee Stallion. That was that's
the
definitely
only
a social
lady-
media
Oh, no,
kind of thing.
I lied.
Nah, it was
the
Megan
There's-
Thee
yeah,
Stallion
Tierra
and Tierra
Whack.
Whack.
Yeah.
I know of Megan Thee Stallion more than Tierra Whack though.
Who is Tierra Whack? Where is she from?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't know Tierra Whack. You guys know Kamethazine?
Megan Thee Stallion out
Roddy
here,
Ricch?
I get a lot of you.
Roddy Ricch for sure.
Roddy
Shout out
Ricch got
Roddy. He's been
records.
doing
Yeah, he's from LA, right?
Um,
He's on that
Nipsey-
rag song with Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey. And I think
I've
he
been
had the
seeing
every
their
season.
names, right?
was
He got
signed-
every season.
He was signed with Meek Mill for a little bit, but then
You've
he
heard
left.
him?
Yeah,
You might
no,
not
that's what I'm
know.
saying. Like, you know, like if you have XM radio, you press
hear this-
info and it tells
But
you
you've
the
heard
people.
because he had a song.
I
on
seen
the,
his name.
Gunna
He had a song
too.
on the charts.
Gunna.
Yeah, nah,
he
Gunna.
did shit with Lil Baby.
I like Gunna.
So with going through that list,
But
who
real
do
quick,
we feel?
hold up, because we kind of skipped over Megan Thee Stallion real quick because you said that, you know, she.
She got a moving for the ladies.
Yeah,
right now.
but
She
she's from
reps Houston,
Texas.
right? Houston.
She's
Yeah.
from Texas, and I hear, and we were talking so much about Cardi B. It's a saturated topic. I love her,
She's the
but a
biggest
lot
one
of
right
people are talking about that Megan Thee Stallion is gonna come for her spot, and there's this whole war.
She moving.
Do
she
you?
moving.
Yeah,
do you
but
foresee
see,
the temperature?
automatically, just because there's a chick rising, they
Yeah.
automatically have to come to that
Yeah,
spot.
we need to stop saying who's the
Like
top.
that doesn't even. Let's stop.
But why
that. Like,
is that though?
But
Like,
here's the
why
thing.
does that always happen with women? It only happens
Because
to
there's not
us.
that many
You know what?
women.
I
There's
think
not that
it's
many
because
women
the
now.
whole caddy perspective on women. Let them fight.
I think we
let's
just
enjoy
had.
that visual.
I think we just had too few women coming out, and right
Because
now
they had a feud
Right
on
now,
social
the
media.
change with this music industry is that there's a lot more women coming out because it's not just Megan Thee Stallion. You got Saweetie making her moves. You got Tokyo Jets. You got so many females coming out right now. I mean, City Girls. When was the last time you seen a group
There's
of
a whole
girls
bunch of dolls out
coming
there.
out? You
There's
know what I
a
mean?
mad
There's a whole bunch
dolls,
of dolls
but
coming out right
not
now.
all of them get the same
So-
amount of attention.
Yeah, but you're starting to hear them now compared to a couple of years ago when you barely heard of any female really coming up.
I don't know. I think that when you have one female artist that's like really booming and making noise, and they bring out other artists.
We had Nicki Minaj, and not that many female artists were coming out.
No, but there was a lot of
Compared to
female
now.
artists trying to mimic what she was doing.
For
Look at
sure.
Asian
Yeah, but
Doll.
not
Asian
blowing
Doll
up.
went from Asian Doll
Same.
to Asia the Brat, and has this whole I guess alliance, you can call it, with Megan Thee Stallion versus Cardi B and Young Miami. Why? Like, why is it that always happens? You always have these alliances in women. I think it's more common in women, obviously, but even the talking shit back and forth. Cardi B posting, ain't no bitch coming from my spot, da 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 da.
Females, man.
And,
Females
but
and their
why?
egos.
Why? Like, why do you? What about females?
Is
That's
it
how y'all
because-
females are with a lot
Is
of
it
shit,
a
though.
large fish in a small pond type shit? It
Come
is
on
a
with your
small pond,
folklore.
though. It is a small
do you
pond though,
mean?
right? There's not too many There's not too many
there's not that
female
many.
rappers. There's not too many
So
competitions.
someone's
But
trying
why-
to take that top female spot.
Right.
Someone's trying to get that spot.
There's,
Hey, listen.
there's only like 5 at a time, if that.
And right,
If that.
but right,
But
but right now
there's
there's a lot of
five
females
that are
coming
always
out.
popping that you always talk about, but
Is-
that doesn't mean that there's others.
Oh, I'm talking about, yeah, for sure.
Like even, and you have a lot of artists that kind of fall in the background like that. Shauna's a good artist. I love Shauna, and Shauna's one of those artists that during her time, she was overshadowed by other artists. Remy Ma was out at that time, and Remy Ma was popping.
Had a little wave too, Trina.
Trina. So
For
when
sure.
Trina came out and she had, her wave going, who was she being overshadowed by? Nobody, because she was dominating for that particular area for Miami. City Girls is a perfect example. But these are women in different places. Megan Thee Stallion is all the way in Texas. What does
Right
she
now,
care about?
You also have a
Why
lot
can't
of
it be
women
like
coming
what
out.
we were talking about off air? Queen of South and Texas and New York, and like, why can't it be that instead?
There's not too many of them that's out there on that platform.
I
That
think
can,
right now the amount of
have
girls that are
that.
coming out that are
Yeah.
starting to blow up right now, someone's trying to take that top spot.
like, who would be the queen of the South?
Well, if we were
The
putting
City Girls.
no,
And then who's after
City
the City
Girls.
Girls?
nah, what do
Like,
you, why would they?
they're
why
a
would it
queen.
not be
Trina.
Trina?
They're a queen because Trina's not popping right now.
But you got to be popping right now to
Trina's
be
back
the
in the
queen.
day.
Yeah. Right
But
now,
that's what I'm
relevant.
saying. You got to okay. So,
But who's king of the South?
King of the South is not
Who's king of the
somebody
South
that's
right now?
is not Outkast.
but I wouldn't say that if we were to have all these regions with kings and queenage, I would think Trina would be that person that they would speak about for Miami. Why would it not
we
be
said
Trina?
South though. We said
Oh,
South, right?
just the South.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
South
I
is not
see what
Miami.
you're saying. I see what
It's
you're
not
saying.
Miami.
The
Not
South
just
is
not
every
just
down
this
the South.
area or
Right.
just all right. So who would that be to you?
Right now, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't have that regionalized. Like, who's the?
Because
who's the
it's not
queen of-
enough. I
It's
see
not
what you're
enough.
saying.
Like, who's the
Well,
queen
I
of the?
just-
But
I-
out of all the
even though
artists,
that's
who's the top
true-
one?
Huh?
Out of all the South
Yeah, but
artists,
you're the
females.
top of what?
Cardi
A group
B-
of 5?
Cardi B, you
group
would
of 3
say.
people?
Still
Like,
top of
that's
something.
what are you saying? Like, that's not really.
Until someone overshadows that.
But the
As a fighter, you keep fighting. If you on top, even if it's 5 other fighters, when
right.
someone
but
comes and knocks you
you're,
down, that's when you lose
you're a
that spot.
champion of a division of
It ain't
3
much.
people.
It ain't much, but you the top of something.
But how do you become the queen?
A big
like,
fish in a small pond.
like who is the king of rap?
There's a lot of them. There's a choice.
Exactly.
It's hard. It depends.
But
It's
that's the whole
opinions.
point I'm trying to make. There's a lot of them for men, but we can't. Even if it's all of them in their own right.
There's a smaller group of female compared to male.
It's a
artists.
numbers game,
Facts.
though.
Okay, but out of that small group of
I
females,
still think we
who's
know
the
how
top?
to recognize legends
Who's
and
the top?
non-legends.
It's
right
Cardi.
now.
Cardi.
Cardi right now.
For sure.
So who's the top of the South?
But see, that's what I'm saying.
But who's the top?
You
like
can't regionalize.
You,
There's not
you
enough
can't
people to
even
do that.
say like who is the top female artist of all time because like if I ask y'all who's the top artist of rap, you guys can't even think of now before because it could be you could say Nas maybe, you could say Tupac maybe, you could say Biggie maybe. They're not even alive. But
Right
we
now
don't
it'd be
have a
different.
concrete go-to that we say that for Queen nothing. Some people may say Kim right away. Some people may say Latifah right away. Some people may say Nicki.
Some people
may
Foxy
say
Brown.
Cardi. Some people may say Foxy Brown. But
Also
it's not
depends
like a
generation,
who is that for us? You know what I mean? Like Jay-Z be that person. Nas be that person. For a lot of people, there's a good 5, 10 maybe that I would say that you could pick from that will absolutely be named. Dr.
But
Dre.
at the same time, there's a lot
But
more male
women,
artists than there's
there's-
female artists.
Yeah,
Comes back to
that
the
is
same
very
thing.
true. But even within the women that do exist that have made strides, those names do not exist. Can no one come to a consensus? Like,
Nah, but when
we all love
when
Missy.
I think of
You
dope
never get a
MC
whole room.
Oh yeah, you don't get a whole room.
But like you will get a whole room. We all love Jay-Z.
It also
type.
it also comes down to also generation too, because some generation might say Cardi B.
And the women,
some generation might say Nicki
definitely
Minaj.
came out in
Our
gaps.
time
throughout
is
the
gonna be
generation.
Lauryn
but
Hill.
That's the same
You know what I
thing.
mean?
That's the same thing with guys. There's a generation that might say Big
It's just
Pac.
there's a lot more guys
that might say
compared to
Jay-Z.
girls,
There's
so you
a
hear.
generation that might say Eminem.
Yeah.
There's a
There's a
generation
generation
that
might
will say
say-
Little Baby.
There's a generation that might say Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot more male to female ratio.
It's a numbers
Like,
game.
artists. Yeah, it's a numbers game.
It's just, and I agree with y'all, but it's just, I think, unfortunate for us as women that we can't have that. You know what I mean? Like, there is always that
But look,
one, and
right now,
even
now
the
is time for
styles.
the females.
That's why I think it's important to stand out too. I think a lot of the female artists that come out, they mimic each other, and they kind of have the similar style. Like we were saying earlier, there's all these dolls. Like, be different. You know what I'm
same
saying?
thing with the male
Bring a
artists.
new something so
Nah,
you can
for
stand
sure.
out from the rest.
For sure.
We were talking about the XL cover, and we spoke about all the artists that were here. Can you guys think of any artists that popped off and made it at the top of their careers, but never were on an XL magazine cover?
There's a few of them. Just off the top of my head, I remember Nicki and Drake. They had a whole beef with Double XL. They didn't. They turned it down.
Oh, they turned it down. It
They
was like
turned
an
it down.
option type
Yeah.
of deal.
Yeah,
About that.
ASAP Rocky.
And why is that? Why turn it down?
I think it was some beef against the publication or something like that. But they was
Okay.
like, yeah.
Business shit.
But okay,
you know
so
what it is? It's kind of they felt that they weren't considered a freshman anymore. They felt that their career outgrew that status of being called a freshman.
And yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, so they was like, nah, but we appreciate it, but I think our career standing is more
Because
than
XXL
just
is looking
freshman
for like
status.
the next wave type shit.
And they felt that they were already that wave.
yeah.
but do you think that
But they felt a little way because they felt that when we were considered freshmen, you didn't want to put us on. But now that we popped off, now it's like, oh,
But
shit,
that's the
put
thing.
us on.
Who's looking at that standard? Like, when is the pop off time to be considered freshman versus not freshman?
If you popped off, is it too late to be a freshman?
But popped off how long ago? If I popped off 3 months
because if you
ago
gotta think
and
about
I've
it,
been popping for 3
Gunna's on the
months,
freshman class.
Yeah.
He had a big movement. And he's down here down south. Roddy Ricch had a big movement, especially with the Nipsey Hussle movement. So it was like,
I didn't know who that was.
when's the timeline? Because you got Roddy Ricch blowing up right now, and you have Gunna blowing up since the year before with Lil Baby.
That's
I
true.
think this is a.
And then Blueface came out
So is it
like
once,
January.
Is it once his publication? Yeah, I mean, is it once the publication?
It's a. I don't
comes
know,
out,
man.
is
This is something I think that's very conversation. But this is good conversation. But it's all a perspective.
It's a
There's too many
gray area.
timelines. Yeah, too many gray areas. Too many gray areas. But that's what it is, though, man. I think.
So, if you get on
you
it,
know what?
go.
I'm gonna ask you in the next show. We're gonna come out with a DJ Seizure top 3.
Top 3.
South
Damn,
Florida.
CJ, he's gonna put pressure on you
South
every
Florida.
single week.
Right
South
now?
Florida.
And we
artists.
gotta
Every
do the
week.
chips.
That's
We gonna do South Florida
that's
artists?
That's a segment every week. You're gonna
Just a South Florida artist.
yeah top three that we need to look out for.
He's telling you what you
That's
gotta
South
do
Florida
on
artists. Y'all
camera.
gotta work
Alright.
though.
So you gotta do it. You heard?
You heard? But that's what it is, man. This is another classic episode. Episode number
Dos.
season number.
Dos.
That's what it is. Before we go, man, anybody closing remarks? Let them know anything.
You already know. Favorite Cheat Got Red. www.revolution.red. Dropping some heat. Working on some fire. Catch me Red Light TV. Catch me on the blogs. Catch me on the vlogs. Shout out to everybody. And of course, catch me on the dance floor. Every Monday from 9 to 11.
Mexican Indian shit right now.
You already know, man. Gotta get you.
And if y'all don't know,
We do everything.
Taco Tuesdays.
catch me DJ Seizure, Babylon Thursday, Friday. I mean, just catch me. Follow me, DJ Seizure.
Woo.
Catch me where you catch me. Phoenix Hour, Roundtable Hip Hop. We out of here.
Take a shot with us. It's right.
You're welcome.